Alright, hello and welcome back to another top deck profile. Now this one is another one of Anthony Sciulli's deck profiles. You just saw him, his Zodiac deck profile with Block Dragon. I don't know why it's hard to forget. Block Dragon was the spiciest tech that he topped with a week or two ago. We showed off, and now we're showing off another one of his decks once again. And this time he went 7-0-1 with Magician, so it's definitely something worth showing off. And he had some hard matchups. He fought hard all day and got there. So congrats, man. It's good to see your top and everything. It's really cool to see, man. All right, so let's get into the main deck first, and then we'll go into some other stuff from there. So obviously it's very heavy monster count, 28 monsters, 10 spells, 2 traps, as you can see at the top there, 40 cards. 40 cards, that's the way to do it. Keeping it at 40, keeping it as consistent as possible. Now, first off, it's Magicians, obviously. Skullcrabat searches all of them, so I believe all of them, yeah. Except maybe Astrograph Sorcerer does not search that. Oh. I'll stop. So we have 3 copies of Performance Power Skullcrabat Joker, back at 3, normal summon it, grab whatever you need. Obviously, it's amazing. Wisdom Eye, he can trigger your searchers, stuff that activates when a magician is popped because he destroys himself, and then as another one, he's free fodder into the extra deck. Obviously, a very good card. New Magician stuff, we have 3 copies of Double Iris, 1 copy of Oath Dragon with that bit of a recovery effect when he's special summoned, I believe. You can add his here, yes, so he has that. Harmonized Magician, the new, what I've heard dubbed as the new Norden. But it's a tuner, you just special one from deck. 1 card gets you immediately into a rank 4 or level 8 synchro. Definitely a super strong card. Super insane, instant Beals, infinite Ignister. A lot of great things there. Then we have 3 copies of Purple Poison Magician, 3 copies of Astrograph Sorcerer, and 1 copy of Pendulum. Performance Power Pendulum Sorcerer. I accidentally moved onto the Blue Eyes. This is awful. Followed by 2 copies of Black Fang Magician. And that rounds it out for the Magicians and Performer Pals, so that is 22 of the 28 monsters. And finishing things off, we have 3 copies of Avian and 3 copies of Ash Blossom, the cards that say no to your opponent. Now, if you're not sure about Mist Valley Apex Avian, it was relevant back when the Magician Structure came out and they were topping as the best deck for a while. It's when an effect, whenever you basically just pen someone out, and then whenever an effect is activated, you can select one face of Mist Valley card you control itself. Return that Mist Valley card to the owner's hand, negate the activation, and destroy the card whose effect was activated. And it is not cost, though, so it doesn't bounce back for cost, so it can get hit by things like Ogre and such. But yeah, he said that was the MVP all day, that's the card that really got him there. So the 3 Apex Avians seem to be a very good call. Moving on to the spells, we have 1 Pendulum Graph of Ages, 1 Pendulum Call, your nice searchers there, and to get to those, the 3 copies of Duelist Alliance, which is basically all of those. It's anything that has any Pendulum Monster or Pendulum Spell and Trap, so basically almost everything in the deck, which is insane. Next up, we have 3 copies of Wavering Eyes, which he said actually sucked in the main, but he actually didn't play any mirror matches of Magicians or any other Pendulum decks. So he really wasn't resolving that for 4 like you'd want to be resolving that for 4. So he said that didn't do too well, but he also didn't play any mirror matches, and he said it would have been good if he did play the mirror matches. And rounding things off, we have 2 copies of Desires and 2 copies of Time Pendulum Graph the Trap. Pop 1, if you don't, you send 2. Some crazy shit going on there. Moving on to the extra deck, we have 2 copies of Enlightenment Paladin, 1 Ignister, and 1 Beals. Beals super expensive right now, hard to out for Draco, all that lovely stuff. And the 1 Omega, obviously you can tag out, do all your usual garbage with that. For the XYZs, we have 1 Time Star Magician, 1 Perform Mage Trapeze Magician, 1 Supreme King Dragon Dark Rebellion, 1 Utopia the Lightning, and Utopia to go into it, a Tornado Dragon, an Abyss Dweller, an Evil Swarm Nightmare, which is spicy, I like that, a Supreme King Dragon Starving Venom, and 1 copy of Decode Talker for his only link. Moving on to the side deck, we have 3 copies of Danko, 1 Max C, which a lot of people will be like, oh, you're not playing Max C in the main, but actually whenever you're playing against, Draco, whenever you're expecting to see Draco, most of your matches, Max C isn't that good. You're not really getting much off of it. Before you could hit the return, but now the return's at 1, you're not even getting that. So I'm seeing Max C into the side a lot more, and it seems right. It seems like it's pretty right. But moving on from there, there's 3 copies of Draw and Lock. Obviously, hit it terraforming, hit any decks that need multiple searches, you can just shut them down for the entire turn. 3 copies of Cosmic Cyclone, 2 copies of System Down for that pesky ABC matchup, and 3 copies of D-Barrier. All around amazing card there. Alright, and for his matchups, round 1 at table 50, he 2-0'd Paleo, moved up to table 25, 2-0'd Draco Invoked, moved up to table 16, 2-0'd Draco Invoked, moved up to table 3 for round 4 and 2-0'd Invoked, which was actually, he played against our mutual friend Devin Brensel, who also has a deck profile up on the channel back when he played Zephyra. I'll put a card to screen up on that, and they're both very good duelists, so I'm sure that was an insane match to witness there. For round 5 at table 3, 2-1, he went 2-1 against Trickstars. Round 6 at table 1, he went 1-1 against Trickstars, so that was his 1 tie for the day. At table 2, we moved back down 1, back to table 2 for round 7, 2-0'd Paleo, and moved back up to table 1 for round 8, and he 2-0'd ABC to take it all. And for his shoutouts at the end here, a shout out to Dylan Dembski, who's another very good player that we all play against at locals, at events that we all go to, things like that, who came up with most of the deck list, he said. And Jason Springer for convincing him not to be stupid, another one of our friends there. We have a lot of good players at the locals who work together. It's insane. There's a lot of talent and skill going on there, and I'm glad I get to show some of the decks that they're topping with off and give them some recognition there, because they all are some very damn good players, and it's nice to see them all doing so well. But anyway, that is another top deck profile, so if you're looking for something, obviously Magicians are going to be damn strong in this format. They're proving themselves, they're showing that they're good. We're seeing them top a lot in the mix with Draco Invoked, Draco Invoked, Winwitch Invoked, Trickstars, this kind of wild meta we have going on, but Magicians are definitely solidifying themselves in that. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.